Good day everyone, my name is Akaran and welcome back to another Path of Exile video. Today I'm going to be telling you how to gear up, how to get new gear once you hit maps and you want to get all your resistances to 75. You've just finished killing Kitava in Act 10 and it's time to get good gear. You know, you're dying in maps because you don't have resistances, or you're not doing enough damage because you need new weapons. Well, I'm here to show you exactly how to do that. Now, if you're a Path of Exile veteran, if you have, at least 100 or so hours, maybe more than that, you might probably already be well versed in the ways of PoE trade. So for the veterans, feel free to watch this if you want, but you might already know this stuff. This is mostly geared at you guys who are new to the game and you're loving it and you need a little bit of help with gearing up so that the beginning of the end game is a smoother, more pleasant process for you. Alright, so welcome to Path of Building. There's a good chance that you already use this and know all about it. But there is a feature that even I only found out about maybe a couple of leagues ago that helps you buy better gear. And that feature is going over to the items and over here, trade for these items. Now, you click on this, make sure that it says not solo self found, but affliction. For some reason, I don't know if this is everyone, mine's always default to solo self found. There is no trading in solo self found. So, what you want to do, or basically let me describe how this works. So you pick anything that you want to buy. Alright, say I want a new weapon one. I want a new bow. I'm going to click find best. Here you can select if you want it to have a specific influence or not. I'm not going to touch that. Max price, you can set the max price if you want. Usually I prefer to do this in PoE trade, and max level as well, you can ignore that, right? And then you go execute, and then please wait. And there you go, it gives you a link. So all you do is control click, as it says there, bam. Then you open up your browser of choice. Firefox is obviously the superior browser. And bam, there you go. So what it does is, if we go to show filters, it calculates everything that is of use to your build. And each of those things has a certain weight of value. So for example, their percent chance to deal double damage, the value is 5. So obviously that's going to give me more damage than adds fire damage, for example. So the higher the number, the more valuable it is, the lower the number. So energy shield apparently is going to be giving me some damage, but really not much. I don't know how it's going to be giving me any damage, but oh well. And then what you can do is you can either sort by price or click on sum, so that you're sorting by the sum, so 985, and you can see I can get a really amazing bow here for only 2 divines early on in the league. That's not too bad. So what I like to do, so for example, you can see now I only have 1 divine, 22 chaos. I'm hanging on to my divine because they're currently 144 chaos, right? When I first got it, they were 130. I don't want to sell it yet. I want to hang on to it until divines are actually worth, closer to 200, 230 chaos orbs. So I have 22 chaos, and I want to replace all my gear with 22 chaos, except my body armor, because I've got a cheap 6 link. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save my weapon for then, because I've got a decent weapon. It has some damage. I mean, the bleeding is really useless, but let's have a look at my gloves, right? So my gloves currently give me a decent amount of evasion and accuracy, plus some life and fire res and strength that if I take this off, I don't still need the strength. Interesting. Generally, when I'm going to be buying new gear, I'll take off everything that I'm planning on replacing. So now that I've taken all my gear off that I will not be keeping. Will I be keeping this? No. So I have minus 11 fire res, 24 cold, minus 34 lightning. Easy. So, and as always, we ignore chaos res. So now, the important thing to note. Let's start with gloves. We're going to go find best gloves. We're going to go execute. And we're going to order by sum. And look at that. Attack speed, cold res, no life. Cold res, no life. No resistance. But there is a little bit of life. Some cold res. So now let's go look at the filters. If you look through here, right, you can see over there, there is no resistances, no life, no evasion, armor, energy shield, none of that. The function where you search for gear using Path of Building will only find stuff that's going to improve your damage. It will not find anything about resistances. It does not care about resistances in life. It only cares about damage. So That's why this function is really good for finding weapons and specifically gloves, because a lot of people go for elemental conversion and fizz conversion to elemental damage on gloves and accuracy, etc. The rest of it, you kind of want to manually search it, but it's still very easy to do that. So I'm going to ignore all this. I don't want any of that. We're going to refresh the page, and I'm going to show you how I manually search for gear. So we want to start off with some gloves, right? I usually go for an AND stat filter. So you see the options are AND, not if, count, weighted, sum. So by default, it's at AND. All right. In AND, you put the things you 100% want. We 100% want some maximum life. So pseudo means counting everything that can add up to your life. So say, for example, the gloves have 20 life and 30 strength. It will then tell you that the pseudo life is, say, what, 35? I think it's every 2 points of strength give you 1 point of HP. So it adds up everything that could give you life. So we don't want that. We just want plain maximum life. I don't have a whole bunch of currency, so we're going to say, give me a minimum of 70 life. Now, I think accuracy would be nice as well. So we're going to go for some accuracy rating and 300 accuracy rating. Then, generally I try to go for at least 2 resistances on everything. So we're going to go count. And we're going to go here, cold, fire, lightning. I go for the pseudo on most stuff when it comes to elemental resistances. And I want, let's say, a minimum of 30. Count 2. So now it's going to look for gloves that have life and accuracy and 2 of these values. So either cold fire, cold lightning, or fire lightning. And there you go. It gives me 140 results that are not super cheap, but look at this here. Physical attack damage leech just mana. It's got some physical damage to attacks. Loads of accuracy rating, very high fire and cold. Awesome. Direct whisper. And he's not replying. We're going to go back here. Evasion, minimum 200. Again, search. Now I have 66 results. There you go. 10 chaos for that. Yee. Expensive. So what we do then is we go to the resistances and we take it down to 25 each. And that didn't make a difference. Interesting. So it seems gear is just really expensive at the moment. Now let's look for a belt. So I'm going to go back to see what I need. Now, to put this on, I need 66 int, 63 strength, 61 int, 66 int, 106 strength. So the highest here is 66 intelligence and 106 strength. So my strength needs to be doubled. So we go for strength, pseudo, 53, maximum life. Let's say minimum 60. And then we go count, cold, fire, lightning. Let's start out with 30 of each, minimum 2, and see what we're looking at. Still 10 chaos. How annoying. So we take this down to 25 each. And look at that, 1 chaos for that. And that's pretty damn good. 2 chaos for that, 80 life. So my lightning resistance is the lowest, which means I really need lightning. I still have some cold resistance because of my amulets and my body armor. And then my fire is low. This gives cold lightning, fire cold. So I'm going to go for this one. Always make sure you're getting the right item. That is what I asked for. Excellent. Let me go back to my hideout. So compared to my old belt, right, this one has way less life, way less resistances, and more strength. That's the only real difference, or the only real improvement. Now we can see 40 fire, 52 cold, still very low lightning. But that's fine, because I now have helmet, gloves, and boots to get a very small, and both rings get a very small amount of resistances. Right, now this time I definitely need lightning res, right? So we're going to say lightning res is going to be part of the AND count. So I've gone for life, some intelligence, because I need some intelligence, lightning resistance, let's say 30 lightning res, and then we're going to go for count 1, cold, fire, and we're going to go 30 as well, but I think this will probably be quite expensive. 5 chaos, there you go. So this has 36 total fire, 33 intelligence, 16 cold, and lightning. So this one actually has tri-res for 5 chaos, which is not bad. Double check that that's what I asked for. It is indeed. Thank you very much. Now, I already have capped fire, almost capped cold. My lightning's still pretty low, but that's fine. I've still got 4 pieces of gear to get with lightning on it, so that's fine. So now we can ignore the fire. Generally, you do want to have about 100 to all res. I think it's either 100 or 105 or 95. One of those, because it basically means you can run maps that give you elemental weakness without worrying about your resistances dropping below the cap, because elemental weakness will reduce your resistances. It won't reduce the max, but it will just apply a flat minus I think it's either 30 or 40% to your resistances. So we go back here, we no longer need fire res. The cold res is pretty low, so what we're going to do is we're going to say cold res, we now only need 20, but we still need that lightning res. In fact, I mean, this doesn't need to be in the count anymore, can go to the and, but that's okay. And look at that, 1 chaos, 1 chaos, 1 chaos. Easy. Right, I've changed a little bit, so now we're getting 70 life, 35 lightning res. And we're still getting good stuff for 1 chaos. This one actually even has a bit of fire res as well, to take us over our cap, which is good. And it's only 1 chaos, so this is exactly what I want, thank you. And I believe it has exactly 5 mods, so I can go and craft a 6th mod onto it. Generally, I like to do that anytime I see something has an open prefix or suffix, slap it in the crafting thing, and look at that, I can craft another resistance, I can craft an attribute, I can do dual resistances, I can do attack speed, awesome. So what I'll do is I'll actually hang on to that for now, because I can craft a resistance on once I've done the rest of my gear. So you can see now we have our fire and cold's pretty good. I mean, our fire and fire and cold's pretty good. We just need a little bit more lightning. And I've still got helmet, gloves, and boots. You know what that means? That means that I can get gloves that have loads of accuracy rating and life, and just that, and not have to worry about resistances to drive the price up. I can get the last of my resistances on my helmet, so I can get loads of accuracy rating on my gloves, and loads of movement speed on my boots. So let's do that. Let's go helmet. We want maximum life, as always. Minimum of 70, and all I need now, I need 44 lightning res. So if we go lightning res and we say 45, so I'm just gonna go for something with evasion as well. Let's say 400 evasion. Let's see, this one gives me a bit of cold res as well. Let's take this one, because this one actually gives me some accuracy rating as well, which is pretty good. Right, now I haven't even got gloves and boots, and we've got nearly perfect on all our resistances. So my cold is at 97, so fire and lightning are the low ones. This is why I saved my ring for last. Fire and lightning. So we go fire and lightning, 13 to 16%. I got the lowest roll. There you go, 16%. Put that on. 99, 97, 94. Almost perfect. And we still have gloves and boots. We go back to our gloves tab. We no longer need resistances. We can now throw in here some attack speed. I'm not going to put in a value, I'm just going to leave that blank just to see what prices we're dealing with. 4 chaos for 7% attack speed, a load of accuracy rating, some life and a resistance. I don't need the resistance. And it's got 171 evasion. Interesting. 4 chaos, loads of life, attack speed, accuracy rating, very nice. I now have 3,100 life, which, considering how little life I have on my tree, pretty damn good. And I have 8 chaos left with which to get boots, a new quiver, and potentially a new weapon, but I'm not too bothered about the new weapon right now. So we go boots. As always, life is a must. Movement speed is a must. Life, we want a minimum of 70. Movement speed, I want a minimum of 30, and that's it. I don't need anything else, because I already got my resistances capped. Okay, it's giving me uniques. I do not want uniques. So what you do, again, as well, if you're looking for, I find this is most useful when you're trying to find a body armor, and you want a cheap 6-link, remember to put corrupted, no. And then item rarity, we're going to say non-unique. Any non-unique, so anything that isn't a unique. And look at that. 1 chaos for 70 life and 30% movement speed. Now it needs to be evasion based for that one node on the tree. And let's take the life up to 90. Because again, I do not need resistances. 5 chaos. I'm going to take the life down to 85, maybe? Or let's say 80, because I don't want to spend more than 4 chaos. Alright, so here we got 85 life, 30 movement speed, some dexterity. Yeah, that'll do. 2 chaos for some pretty damn good boots. I now have 30% movement speed boots, and I've got almost 3,300 HP, and 6 chaos left to find myself a nice quiver. Also, I already started with a body armor. Generally, if possible, leave your body armor for last, or do it first and do it the way I did it. So when I buy a new body armor, I go body armor, I put in however much evasion or whatever I want, and then I go links, 6, corrupted, no, and we just search like that. And there you go. 5 chaos, 7 chaos, 8 chaos for a 6 link. And then By then, I usually have, a decent amount of essences, and I look for whichever essence is the highest that gives me either life or resistance, and I slap it on, which is what I did with this, and it gave me, an okay 6 link, which is fine for starting off the base of your endgame, the beginning of the endgame. So now we'll go back here, we'll go trade for these items, we'll go weapon 2, find best, execute, and I'm going to sort by the sum. 256. This one gives me damage to attack, some attack speed, resistance, which I don't care about, and mana per enemy killed. Lovely. Right, unfortunately, that guy did not reply. Right, let's try this one. Alright, Barb Chaos, new bow, or new quiver rather. Now, let's have a look at the damage compared to my old one. So my old one, 24,500. My new one, 28, almost 29,000. Tooltip DPS. That's without, frenzy charges and other in-game buffs. And there you have it. That is how you buy new gear once you've just hit the end game, you've just finished Act 10, you killed Kitava, and you need to have maxed out resistances as well as some decent damage. And there you go. You've got loads of fire and cold rays. Lightning rays could be a tad bit higher, but as long as it's capped, that's what you want. You can just avoid maps with elemental weakness, alright? So, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please do consider giving the video a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe for more. I have some other Path of Exile videos on my channel. If you're new to the game, I've got a bunch of stuff for new players, so head over there, give it a watch, and let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.